Hi, Gary Simonelli here with G-ROC Recording. Today I'm going to do a brand new guitar straight out of the box challenge. Can I play it without adjusting it, setting it up, buying something new for it, and play it out? That's the challenge today. I'm going to unbox that guitar, I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to see if I can actually play it in a real world situation. So I'll be right back. The guitar that actually inspired this video is, well, I'll go get it for you. Hold on. Okay, so here's the guitar that inspired this video in the first place. Or I should say my distaste for buying new guitars online. This guitar was so badly set up, there was no way anybody in their right mind could play this easily. All right, so I wanted a Telecaster. I've been looking at Telecasters, and I didn't really want to get a Signature. This is a Signature series guitar. I'll put the name in, who it is. But the first part of it was the fact that, the playability was terrible. I don't know what set this up, but it was ridiculous. There's no way you could have played this. The first position, the nut was so high. I mean, it could have been a lap steel the way it was set up. It was terrible. The other thing I've been noticing with these guitars, I don't know if you can tell, see how the neck, how they had this set up? I don't know if you can actually see it. But they have the neck automatically tilted back. Okay? And this one was tilted back so far, the bridge was so high, it was ridiculous. I don't know how these, well, I guess I do know how they get out. I think this is made in Indonesia, or I don't think it's even made in China, but it was probably the worst setup guitar I've ever seen in my entire life. So, I had to chisel the neck pocket out to bring this down because there was no shim in it. That's how they're machining it, with a slight, angle, and they're tilting the neck back. But it was just too much. I actually had to use a chisel. Matter of fact, here's the chisel I used to take some of that out and get the neck to lay a little better so I could bring the bridge down a bit. And then I worked on the nut for a while to get it to a point where it was actually kind of right. So I filed that down and got that pretty close to where I like it. Its intonation is pretty good. I like it. Locking tuners on it are fairly good. I've never had a guitar with locking tuners, so other than that, it plays great, looks fantastic. They had a string retainer that went over the G string and then went over the B string again, so I'm not really sure what that was all about. I took it out. I didn't like it. It was dumb. It was really dumb because you don't need it. Yeah, I probably could use it because now it sounds a little loose. But when you're playing chords and plus if you're playing like this, the string retainer really isn't doing that much for your tone. Anyway, but this was the guitar that inspired the next couple of videos. A couple of weeks ago, I did one on a the John 5 Fender Squire, and out of the box, that guitar played fantastic. I haven't changed the setup on that. It plays exactly the same as it came out of the box. But I did run into a problem where, if you take a look at that video, maybe I'll put it in here. The pickups were wired wrong onto the pots. So it has two volume controls, and as soon as you turn the volume controls down, it's supposed to, I don't really know the science of what it does. It either takes the ground away or puts the ground, but it was backwards. So when you turn the volume down, you had a bunch of string noise, or, you know, like a grounding issue. So when you put your hands on it, the noise would go away. It was the strangest thing, and never had a guitar like that. So I had to fix that. I also put new pickups in it. I put new pickups in this one too. These are Distortion Mayhem. They actually sound pretty good. So this one plays nice. Let me go get the Telecaster. Well, the Squire Telecaster. So here's the John 5. It's all together. I got new pickups in it. They're I forget what they're called. Give me a second. I can't remember. Anyway, I replaced the pickups because I have to say the pickups that come with these guitars are substandard. They're dark. They're a little muddy sounding. They're just not any good. Anyway, the setup is exactly how it was. I didn't touch a thing, which I am absolutely amazed by. I haven't touched any of the bridge saddles, anything, so that was all fine. It plays fantastic. This thing just plays like... It just makes you want to do that. Plays great. But like I said, check out that other video. I had the pickups were just wired on the wrong pole of the volume controls. There's two volumes, one for the front and one for the, bridge and the neck pickup. And it drove me nuts because I didn't know what it was. I never heard that before. And I had the whole guitar. I thought the switch was actually bad. Like I said, I changed out the pickups. These are DiMarzio's, and I can't remember what the hell they were called. Anyway, the John 5 plays the same one, so I put the same pickups in it. So it has a great sound. They're not super hot, but they just sound nice. That was last week, or 2 weeks ago now. I think it was 2 weeks ago I did that video. And now, this week, I'm doing a new one. I'm not going to, like I said in the beginning, I'm not going to bore you with the unboxing of the guitar, but I just wanted to show you a little history of why I'm doing these, because it's kind of frustrating, if you ask me. See all the tools I need, straight edge and this and that, chisels and files and things to play a guitar straight out of the box. So let me go get the guitar and I'll show you. So here's the guitar. It's the new EVH line, the Stripe series, except without the stripes. Isn't that amazing? That's an amazing thing. No stripes. Blue is a blue burst, right? Very nice. So, I mean, it just looked beautiful out of the box. I just couldn't even believe how beautiful it looked until I played it. The John 5 guitar was $449, right? Played great, except for the wiring malfunction. So that one, the first one that started it all, the other, I can't remember his name. He's another signature. Started this whole series, but the John 5 was the first video, and the wiring was wrong. Played great, wiring wrong. Okay, this one sounded great. I mean, I plugged it in as soon as I got it, plugged it in, played it. It was right? Well, it didn't play like that when I got it. I've had it. This Monday will be a week I've had it. So I kind of lied. I fibbed. I didn't unbox it just then. It's been unboxed for quite a while. But I had to do so much to it to make it playable. At least playable in my eyes and the way I play. It was kind of discouraging. So I could have sent it back, but then you run the risk of, I don't know, getting another one set up by the same guy who set the last one up. So it's like, what do you do? Do you send it back, complain, bitch about it? Because, you know, the company I bought it from, they didn't set it up. They just sold it to me. They just call their warehouse and say, hey, send jerk off a guitar. And that's all it is. So it's like, you know, this is an EVH brand. So right off the bat, I'm just bitching and complaining a little bit because I couldn't play this out. I couldn't have played this out right out of the box. There's no effing way I could have done it. If I just had to tune it up and strap it on, I could have done it. But it didn't play, well, let's see, what's the word? Worth a shit. And I wasn't very happy about that, especially paying $1,000 for a guitar and it not being set up to at least where you take it out of the box, you could play it. So I was a little disappointed by that. I'm not sending it back. I think I have it pretty close to where I think it plays nice. It took me a lot. I hate to say this, but I had to get my chisel again because I did the same thing with the neck. It was tilted back like really far, and let's see, I'll spin it around. Again, you can see this. It's not like that anymore. So I got the neck laying kind of flat. It was automatically, the neck was tilted back. So I guess that's a new thing they do now. They just tilt everything back and then just raise everything up until it's just ridiculously stupid high. The bridge, again, the bridge I actually have laying quite good now. It's not, I have some range in there. I had to put a shim in. You can't probably see it, but there's a shim, probably maybe a mil and a half thick to give me just enough. I had to chisel the neck pocket out a little flat because it was so tilted back, it was ridiculous. There was no way I could make it work. The bridge was really high, super high. The strings just felt like, actually, I think when I started trying to do this video last week, and it felt like there was like a heavier gauge string on it. So I replaced them. I put Ernie Ball, I just put some super slinkies on it, right? So these are 9, 11, 16, 24, 32, 42. And in the, the little instructions that came with it said it had a 46, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, well, it feels like it because they feel heavier. Well, that was not the case. Or 9s, the setup was just, the strings were so high, I just couldn't deal with it. So after a week, I spent a week working on this guitar, get it playable, and today, this morning, it is Saturday, I don't know what the date is, Saturday, October 26, 2019. I just got it to where I like it, and it's... I have to say, this is the third guitar that I bought, unboxed, and I could not play straight away. It would have been impossible. I could have not played this guitar straight out of the box. So you would think that, being that this is the first run of this line of guitar, that they would take a little bit more time and at least say, hey, the first batch, let's nail it and get these really nice so when people buy them, they're not going to bitch and complain about it. Like that guy that's bitching and complaining about it right now. You know, you would think that you wouldn't even have to think about it. But here we are. And here I am talking about it. This is the, well, doesn't Fender own Charvel too? So Charvel, Squier, and now the EVH brand. I bought 3 guitars, and all of them had issues. All of them had issues to where I couldn't just like buy a guitar and, oh my God, I got a gig. All my guitars were, are gone. I don't know what happened to them. I have to have a guitar. I bought a guitar, and now I have to spend a week. I don't have a week to spend on a guitar, putting it together, making it play right. I mean, the one thing it needs to do is play, so you can play it. You buy a $1,000 guitar, and it's fantastic. So, that being said, let me show you the other Fender guitar that I have. The guitar that set the bar for me when I buy a new guitar. When I bought this guitar, I think it was back in maybe 2016 or so. I was looking for a Strat that had a Floyd Rose on it. I was looking for a Strat. I wanted a Strat. And I don't think that's too difficult. I could either get a Super Strat or, whatever, but I wanted a Strat. And of course, when I saw this and it had a Floyd on it, look at it. There's a great Floyd on it. And when I took it out of the box, I didn't have to do anything to it. It played great right out of the box. Straight out of the box. Didn't have to do anything to it. The only thing I did do, because I hate the new Floyd Rose, the way they have the little screw piece of shit thing. Fucking dumbest idea ever. Hate it. I miss where you just screw the bar in. So I put these friction pieces in, so they won't unwind, they won't unscrew and fall off onto the wherever you're playing, and then you slip on it and fall down like I did, like a dope. But anyway. So if they're still doing them right, if you get this guitar, you'll be very happy with the setup. Because I don't think there's not much, you can't screw this up. There's only one way it goes together. And being that the Floyd is on the body, there's not much room for, you know, error. So it has to go together like this. The neck is nice. Compound radius, great. They're all compound radiuses, by the way, except for the John 5. The John 5 is like a 12-inch radius, and it's not compound, but feels great. But yeah, this is the one that set the bar. In conclusion, I think they need to make some changes, and if they're going to send out this, I mean, you would think a new line of guitars, and they wouldn't take the time to at least do. I mean, it's a Mexican. I guess it's assembled in Mexico. I don't know if it's made in Mexico. I don't know. Assembled in Mexico. I don't know what you people do. I don't know what you people do. But anyway. Big warning, you know, if you get one of these guitars and you play it and it doesn't feel good, send it back and let them know about it, because the only way they're going to know is if you complain about it. You know, a happy customer, they're not going to hear anything from them ever again, but a complaining customer, they're always going to be bugging them, and, you know, they'll listen to a complaining customer before they'll listen to a happy customer. You were warned. I told you. I told you. So 1 out of 4 guitars were set up nice that I could actually play it. And like I could go out and I could have played a gig that night with that guitar. It was beautiful. I'm Gary. You guys are super duper. And you have a wonderful weekend. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.